Hi, this is Bradley Barth, Senior Reporter at SC Media. I'm here at the RSA Conference in San Francisco, here today with Ashley Stevenson, the CEO of Corero Network Security. Ashley, thanks for joining us today.
You're welcome.
Talk a little bit first about why you're here at the show, what intrigues you, what are your key message points?
Yes, so we're here at RSA again. We've been here for the last few years. Obviously, as a cybersecurity company, this is a key event for us during the year.
Now, back in October 2016, Corero had disclosed a zero-day DDoS attack method that essentially allows attackers to amplify malicious traffic by something along the lines of 55 times the factor of normal, using an application protocol, LDAP. Talk a little bit about, recap some of those findings, but also what are some of the latest developments from that research?
Sure. Well, in the last few years, a very common attack vector for DDoS has been this technique called amplification. Amplification attacks are usually accomplished through the use of the UDP protocol, which typically doesn't verify the source of the requester, allowing you to substitute a victim's address as the requester of the information, and then the responses all get channeled to that poor IP address. We noticed some new attacks that didn't follow normal patterns and identified that they were in fact using the LDAP protocol, and subsequently we've tracked that back to poorly administered Windows servers that people are using to host their websites happen to have this service on by default, and malicious actors had figured that out and were able to call upon all of those servers that are connected to the internet and in the good part of their job hosting their owners' websites, but also offering to send you large LDAP responses if you sent one of these amplification requests to them, and people had started to use those to attack victim IP addresses on the internet. So we were able to call that new technique out and publish that so the community could respond and help protect their customers.
Now, as a company that specializes in protection against distributed denial of service attacks, one of the key stories to emerge over the last 12 months has clearly been the Mirai botnet. So maybe you could share a little bit of some of your thoughts on some of the latest findings and conversations in cybersecurity circles around Mirai, and considering their unprecedented levels of strength and bandwidth, do you see us getting to a point where companies that are affected by DDoS attacks could be hit by something along the lines of a terabit level attack that could be even coming from multiple vectors of attack?
Yes, botnets have been around for years, as I'm sure your audience is aware, and there's nothing fundamentally new about Mirai, except that it came of age in the era of social media and also media attention for DDoS. So it's received a lot more coverage and also analysis than many other botnets did, certainly in the public sense. It's also led us to believe that terabit attacks are coming soon to unfortunately to a network near you. Now, as also you may know, the terabit never shows up in one place. These estimates of attack size are performed by analysis of the type of attacks and the vectors, the number of participants in the botnet, and then multiplying this out to give you the aggregate amount of traffic that was probably being generated towards the victim IP. So we do see with Mirai both the ease of access, the fact the code was published so many people could start using it, the fact that it identified a large number of vulnerable devices or hosts that could be used and made part of the botnet, and also its ability to change and morph or be updated and adapted. So we think, just like amplification's been here for years, we think the arrival of these new, more sophisticated botnets that are being hosted on what are now often faster networks. Home broadband is now, a gigabit in some cities. So we do think that it's going to present this problem of even larger scale of attacks in the coming years. It won't be the last iteration of DDoS attack vectors, but it looks like it's one that we're going to be dealing with for the next year or two.
Thank you, Ashley. Ashley Stevenson, that's CEO of Corero Network Security. I'm Bradley Barth from SC Media here at RSA Conference in San Francisco. And until next time, have a safe day online.